Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here, it really is.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So there he is, the man known as the Angel of Madrid, and with a name like Raúl González Blanco, it was almost like he was born to wear that famous white shirt.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to the scene of his last European triumph, back in 2002, of course, in that Glasgow final.
The final we all remember truthfully for that famous volley.
Yeah, and it was Raúl who got things going, if you remember, a very smart finish running onto a long throw that had the Germans completely bamboozled, and yes, while it wasn't the winning goal, it did set up a very exciting evening.
So that's got things underway. He's in a great position here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Raúl. Lewandowski. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Now it's Mbappe. And that has left him in a heap. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, this looks sharp and smartly reclaimed. Looking tidy in possession here. It's Raúl! Oh, that was no routine save.
Raúl actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Yamal. Ricky Puig. And that's really well manoeuvred. Mario Martin. But it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Oh, good-looking ball. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Raúl. Now it's Mbappe. Muscular approach does pay off here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. So it is still 0-0. Looking early. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Martin opts for safety.
Getafe definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Out towards the flank. Can he finish? It's a loose ball.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Seedorf. And it's Fernando Torres. And here's Raúl! Raúl! And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Turns back here, probably the best option. Martin. That has ended up in no man's land. Deftly away. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Fernando Torres. Lewandowski going about things with real menace. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And here's Lewandowski. And this is Torres. And Torres! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Eder Militao. That's going wide left. Ricky Puig conjures time and space where few can. Fernando Torres. In comes the corner. Cleared away. Tries a measured ball, and he's picked it up out wide. And he's gone backward here. Oh, what a ball! And he's straight offside. And he's forced to go back. Leon. Now Mario Martin. That's a lovely, neat pass. He's shifting through the gears here. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first-half thoughts?
It's a bit disappointing the way the team couldn't make the most of what looked like a pretty high-octane start, Peter. But this break should give them enough time to rediscover their focus and intent and start the second half in a similar manner. They have to keep believing.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. Away we go again.
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Now it's Lewandowski. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! Oh, the ball's run loose. Oh, what has happened here? And that is well cleared. And here's Yamal. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Mbappe. And he shoots! Oh, super goal! A finish right from the top draw. It is the pick-me-up they all long for. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Cross needs to be good.
Milan are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. He's looking wide.
Getafe really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
That pass has been well intercepted. Good ball, good take. That's good defending, very good defending.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Mario Martin, great vision. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Getafe can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Yeah, there's going to be a significant change of approach, I think. They really are shaking up their attack now.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Martin, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Seedorf. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cross to the back post. And yes, it's there! There seemed no way back, but they are level. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
That's superbly well played. Any aspiring strikers out there watching this, that's the sort of movement you need to create space.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, something tells me there'll be a few more twists and turns before it's all over, Peter.
Pressing high and with purpose. Mbappe! Now it's Mbappe. It is a corner.
Cambio di giocatori.
Getafe have opted to make another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Oh, perfectly measured that. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Opts for safety. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. It's a promising position. Space for him to turn and look. And that is out and behind. It's a good block.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 21.
Milan can make their change now with a break in play.
Lasciano il campo per il numero
That has been
20,
knocked clear.
Il numero 14.
Great ball, and he's in here.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Mario Martin. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Raul. Mbappe receives it in a wide position.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Not the most convincing of passes. Mario Martin. Now it's Borja Mayoral. Looking for the run. He's had it taken off him. And it's Maradona. I think they're done. They are done. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award. And there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
A rather flat performance for me when we expected something a lot stronger. I think they thought the win would just come to them, and it didn't.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Cordoba have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
And that gets things running. Bigo, a key player here, and not just for tactical reasons. This is his 400th appearance for the club.
Well, what a feat, Peter. This really does speak volumes about how much he dedicates himself and keeps himself in top condition for every one of those match days. He's a shining example for anybody with aspirations like that.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, he's having a go! Well, the contact was true enough. The aim wasn't quite. He's going for goal!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Maradona with the delivery. And it's hoisted clear. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
And it's Seedorf. Now it's Lewandowski. Maradona running with the ball. Alaba. Bigo gets into a good position. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Has a look and plays it forward. Spread it left. It's a promising position. Now, can they get him away? And he's and the shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Milan certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Now it's Goulet. Now that looks a decent ball. Lewandowski delivers.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Now it's Figo. Crossed in once more. He's rising! Oh, he's hit the bar! Oh, that's neat. Terrific effort! And it's hit the woodwork again! No, not the best of headers. Goulet. That's really nicely played. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. "15 minutes till half-time. That's a good ball out wide. Under an awful lot of pressure. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Maradona knocks it into space. And this is Lewandowski. Great chance! Goal, Milan! A goal beyond special, however it came. 400 not out. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Goulet. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Bops him off it and wins back the ball.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
And he skips past his man. And it's made its way to him. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Milan have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. So let's get the ball rolling. Milan currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, this is intriguing.
Some good work on the right flank here. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Milan do have a chance to counter here. Can he get onto this? We expected better, and so did he. Seedorf looking to play him in. He's got plenty of space out wide here.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Team still separated by the game's only goal. Back towards the middle. He won't be happy with that one. Maradona. Lewandowski in the hunt and looking threatening. Seedorf. And Gula ventures forward. Neither of these two want to... It's Maradona! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Ball's gone astray. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Maradona. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And the return pass. Turns back here, probably the best option. Over to the right flank. And they've got a throw. Cordoba choosing to make the first change.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
And he's picked it up out wide. This looks promising. Thinks about the shot. Kunde attempts a clearance. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Cleared without hesitation.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Out towards the flank. And this is Maradona. He's free, he has got space. And this is Figo. There's the delivery. Oh, great leap! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes. So Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Half an hour gone in the second half. And he's forced to go back. He's under a lot of pressure there. No luck with that dink over the top. Nice one too, very nice. Hangs one in. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is.
Cordoba really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Milan still ahead by the game's only goal.
That's a shame, because it was such a good decision.
Now that's a lovely exchange. Great vision. Didn't quite work for him.
Cordoba really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Maradona. Lewandowski, who's set up one goal so far. Raul, and a chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stops.
Raul deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very...
Lewandowski! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Driven in. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
That's the end. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Figo taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, it may be smiles all round, Peter, but it's a game that's given the boss some food for thought. Good result, yes, but they really could have done with making life easier. All it would have needed was just to take another chance or two.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
La formazione del Milan, il numero 6, Seedorf, il numero 9, Benzema.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I think Danny Parejo will be pulling the strings in that central midfield position, Peter. His link-up play is something he excels at, especially those short and medium-range passes, and he can really set the tempo of the day. Good mobility is always a plus too.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Pepe. Gay. Opts for safety. Oh, there's a probing ball. Can he spark a counter here? And it's Seedorf. Now, can they get him away? Gay. Marine. Oh, good-looking ball. Now he's off and running. Maradona. Oh, that's well done, really robust. That's a lovely, neat pass. Eder Militao. Played out to the left flank. Knocks it into space. Look at the space here. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, to be honest, he shouldn't have spilled that in the first place, but he recovered it really quickly, so no harm done.
Neither side yet able to find the net. And it's Benzema. Benzema. And this is Maradona. Maradona. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Villarreal are a team known for their direct brand of football, so, Jim, what are we looking for here?
Well, I think it depends on a couple of things, Peter. Firstly, you know, whether they have a quality passer who can play those balls from a little deeper. And then secondly, you need someone up front to be able to hold on to it, be the link man. It can be very effective against teams that like to press high up the pitch.
And it's Benzema. And here's Raul. Raul! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
For it, and he gets rid in a hurry. Seedorf. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's gone long. Perez going after that. Mbappe. Solid defending, refused to be outmuscled. Gay. Oh, no joy this time. And they can counter here.
Mbappe clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And once more he proves rigid and robust. And it's Parejo. Can he finish? It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Maradona is herring after that one. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Edmilson. Now Mbappe. Milan do have a chance to counter here. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Can he get it through? Forced to go back. Parejo! Chance here to counter. And we've reached half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So between them, no goals at all so far.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. Down to business again. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Knocks it out wide. Parejo. Gay. Gay. And this is Perez. Over to the right flank. Played through for the wide man. Raul. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Eder Militao. And it's Edmilson. And here's Raul. Spread it left. Chance to deliver. And he's there to clear it. And here's Mbappe. Cross needs to be good. It's a goal kick. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Camavinga. Edmilson. Now that looks a decent ball. And he's picked it up out wide. And it's played in. Goes long and straight. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Alaba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Alaba. Ambitious ball here. Raul looking to receive it in space. Villarreal choosing to make the first change.
Well, it's an interesting move, this, Peter. It just gives opposition defences a very different challenge.
Gerard Moreno played out towards the right wing. Pepe receives it in a wide position. He'll try from distance. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And it's Seedorf. Now it's Benzema. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That pass isn't the best. Gay. Marin. No, he's not getting past him there.
Villarreal clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Mbappe. Threads one in. Has to go back. It's Maradona! He's got a goal! And that takes him up to 30. Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Very good finish, but that backline could have dealt with it an awful lot better. I'm not sure what their plan was, but it's not coming off.
Sostituzione per il Milan, numero 9.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Mbappe. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He's in plenty of space here. He's on it, can he get away?
Villarreal really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Marin picks it up from the goal kick. Now it's Mbappe. Very much into the last knockings. Camavinga. Raul. Now it's Torres.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
He's beaten the last man. Parejo. Could move up a gear here. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's it. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Maradona voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Milan genuinely looked a very good outfit out there. A good collective effort to keep the opposition at bay while also ensuring they carried out enough menace at the other end.
That's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
Portugal have traditionally produced wide men of great flair, and Luis Figo is one of their finest.
Without question.
Yeah, he doesn't have explosive pace to call upon, so he's become a master of dropping the shoulder and making those slalom-like movements to progress.
Vallecas have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
Well, we're on the way. Martin gets into a good position. Good ball, good take. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Figo making good progress on the right-hand side. Opts for safety. Edmilson. That's destined for the flank. Maradona. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Now it's Maradona. Now it's Mbappe. Edmilson. And it's Benzema. And here's Figo. Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. Quarter of an hour played.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Benzema. Mbappe receives it in a good... Getting up there! Nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
It's a good run he's making out on the left. Vallecas are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Chouameni. Now Mbappe. He's having a pop! Mbappe is magnificent! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And Milan have the lead. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Yeah, OK, it's gone in with the help of the crossbar, but that was merited due to the quality of the strike.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Spread to the right. Martin picks it up out wide. Lovely feet. Can he finish? And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And he's taking no chances there. It's a promising position. Now the ball in. And the keeper gets his hands on it.
Fernando Torres really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Koundé tries to clear. Now that looks a decent ball. That's going wide left. Milan looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Tries to... He's had a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Torres gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, that's superb. Figo. Maradona. Now it's Torres.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, that's a key interception.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Can he get it through? And that's gone behind for a goal kick. And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Milan go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Milan leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. The second period is on the way.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And he's being shifted off it. And here's Torres. Nicely aimed pass. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Maradona. Figo. That's a good ball out wide. Martin. Oh, nice touch. This looks promising. Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball. He'll try to keep this alive. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Moved on forwards. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Benzema. Now it's Mbappe. Milan are still that goal to the good. Martin might just make this.
La asistencia a este partido asciende a 28.997 espectadores.
Lovely bit of skill. Chance to deliver. Towering header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Maradona. And that is well cleared. Milan have reclaimed it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
This is a promising build-up. That has been slung wide. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That's a shade optimistic. Koundé. And it's Maradona. And this is Benzema. Now it's Torres. Torres! Boy, he struck that clean. Tchouaméni has created one goal already. Can he get on the end of this? Impressive jump! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's a pretty loose pass. Edmilson. Now it's Mbappe. Now Mbappe. And here's Maradona. Tries a shot! It's a goal! 2 ahead, late in the day. Game over, surely. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 11.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Serán sustituidos.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
No, he's not getting past him there. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Now, can they get him away? Now the cross. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Raul. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Spread to the right. Now it's Raul. And here's Torres. Raul. In early. Oh, great leap! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And that has left him in a heap. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Torres.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Looking to play him in. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Mbappe looking to add to his goal. Looking for options for movement. That's that, the end. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people. Fernando Torres picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Benzema making his 100th appearance here today, of course.
Yeah, this is the first big landmark he'll hit, Peter, so I'm not sure he sees any real significance in it, but to me, it's a foundation that can only stand him in good stead for the remainder of his career.
Well, we're on the way. Oh, well played, well sorted out. More and more pressure on the ball here. And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Brilliantly cut out. Over to the right flank. It's a promising position. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely bit of skill. Tries to get it clear. They've played it short. Can he get it through? And he's picked it up out wide. That is a brilliant interception. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Fair to say, I think a cautious start from both teams. Oh, that's nice. No way through, so back it comes. Oh, that was vital. Vinicius Junior. And this is Hazard. Now it's Raul. It's Raul! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Cleared away. Nicely weighted. Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Delivers. He's having a shot! Goal! Milan! And we have liftoff. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner and he picked them off instead.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Goulet makes a move down the right. Aimed beyond the defence. Looking for options. Shot, surely! And he's really put himself on the line here. And it's been taken short. Shoots! And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Edmilson has a look and plays it forward. And it's Arda Güler. And that is expertly dealt with. Can he spark a counter here? Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Cordoba are looking to break at pace. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, it's just a little long. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Hazard clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything. his way.
Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. Cleared away. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
In towards... Oh, good effort! And that's a tidy finish! They have hauled themselves right back into it!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Ha segnato al 38esimo minuto, numero 18.
Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So they have it all to do again.
Cordoba really will be annoyed. They failed to make anything of their lead, and it's so typical that this happens.
And here's Vinicius Junior. He shifted it to the flank, and the counter is on. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Rudiger calmly anticipates. Alaba. Seedorf. Looking for the run. No, that's been intercepted. Seedorf. It's Vinicius Junior.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Stood up well to him there. Benzema, very much a man of this moment. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And he's quick to get rid. And that is the end of the first half. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it's been an exciting half, Peter, with each side having chances and good spells of possession. I'm hoping that both will keep this open approach.
Well, it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. So we're into the second 45. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, strongly challenged there. Spread it left. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Goulet. Out towards the flank. This looks promising. Quality ball. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The greatest...
Big chance! Off the post! And needless to say, that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 14.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Numero 19. Attenzione, un cambio.
Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Yamal, the man with the tools to make a difference here. Oh, some astute defending there. And he skips past his man. Distributed tidily. Oh, no joy this time. Seedorf. Now it's Benzema. Now, can they get him away? Tries to play it through. Spread neatly. And he gets rid in a hurry. Oh, what has happened here? Here comes chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Vinicius Junior really was well marshalled there because he was denied.
He leaps for it! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting. We'll see how it develops.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Half an hour gone in the second half. Alaba has created one goal already. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, such a clever touch.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Pinches it off him. Seedorf did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's through here. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
That has been slung wide. Knocks it out wide. Great vision. Space for him to turn and look. Punched away.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Here's Yamal. 1 minute to add, according to the board. Hazard. And he welcomes it in. So that's it. It is all over. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Milan may have approached this game as a probable win, Peter, and didn't address the basics properly that may have achieved it.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Il proprietario dell'auto blu parcheggiata davanti ai cancelli è invitato a spostarla, altrimenti sarà rimossa.